Um, Season 3 of You premiered on Friday, and I love this show. I really, really do. Season 1 hit Netflix a few years ago, and I fell in love with it because so he basically follows this character Joe, who when he likes a woman, he stalks them and learns as much as he can about them. Goes through their social media and stuff like that, stalks them, sees what they like, what dislikes, and then eventually meets them and is able to sway them, and that's what he does. So season 1 he does that, but in season 1,
Anyway,
yeah,
yes, I do I do like this show a lot, and I thought the first two seasons were amazing. And I did enjoy this season as well. My favorite season still, I would say, is the second one, because I just loved Victoria Pedretti, and her character and the twists that happen. All of that stuff was pretty amazing to watch. So I thought the first season was really good, but I thought the second season was still the best. The third season, I think, kind of, uh, you know, it. Okay, it's not a spoiler if you've seen season two, but he moves away from the whole killing aspect and stuff, right? And he's trying to be a better person. So maybe because of that, I thought that the show was less enjoyable than the previous seasons. But apart from that, I did really enjoy the season. I thought the twists were good, especially the ending. I did not see that coming at all. And also, obviously, Victoria is amazing, and so is he. And the storyline is pretty good, but I think some of that got rearranged or shortened because of COVID and stuff. Um, so I won't judge too harshly. But again, speaking of COVID, I just I just loved. I know people don't want to see the pandemic and COVID and stuff in movies and TV shows, but I am someone who likes when real world incidents are portrayed in movies and shows. I actually enjoy that because it makes it seem more realistic. So I did like, it was kind of a surprise to me actually when it first got mentioned. I was like, oh, they're doing it. And then they didn't just mention it once, they actually made it into a story point for some of the characters. And I loved that. I just really liked what they did with that, especially with
yeah,
the anti-vax stuff. I just loved that. And it was really an awesome thing to include, I think. And yeah, overall, I did enjoy it. The ending was also really good. The twist was good, and the characters were also really good. So yeah, I did.
yeah.
I did like it.
It's 2 is still my favorite because there seems to be so much in season 2.
Yes.
He goes to a new location, he changes his name. He at the apartment block he's living in, he meets a young girl who, like, she's a teenager and stuff like that. Not in that way, but like she's just kind of cool, and she's social media driven and stuff like that. And there's kind of a bond between those two characters. Yeah, and he meets this girl that he wants to stalk and wants to be with and stuff like that. And then he eventually becomes her boyfriend. And she had this larger family of people as well who are interesting characters and stuff like that. And then there's also the stuff with Christelia. Uh,
Yeah.
all that kind. There's a whole story arc there about pedophilia, and there's another big twist at the end of the season where is it? What's his girlfriend's name? She's a killer now as
Uh,
well.
Becca
Going
was
blank
the
now.
first one,
It's
and
season 2 one. Well, I'm going blank, but yeah, by the end of season 2, he realizes that she is as bad as him. She's a killer too in a
mhm.
way. And then that carries us into season 3, where they're in a new location, they're married, they're going to have a child. I think what was different with this season is it's not fully Joe doing all of the
Love
stalking and
Quinn.
killing. I think, yeah, love, yes, sorry, love. Uh, it's not fully him. There's her as well. So that means there's less screen time for Joe. There's less kind of thoughts from his head. Like the best part of the show was when Joe was doing stuff and you get to hear his conscience, what he's saying and stuff like that. You know, Like those are awesome. But this season, like Love is as bad as him. There's a lot of scenes with her doing the similar thing. But there wasn't as much kind of. It took a while for this season to get going. I think the last five episodes in, are when the show starts to find its rhythm again.
Yeah.
But the last three episodes are fantastic. The last episode is brilliant, really well done, and the twist there, the reveal, and then just the conclusion for everything, brilliant. So I do think it was a pandemic as well. Some of the story choices. There wasn't actually too many people in this entire
Yeah.
season, if you could tell. Compared to season one, where it was in New York, season
Yeah.
two as well, lots of parties and stuff like this. This season was very very depleted in terms of people and large gatherings and stuff like that. So I can't be too hard on them either. So yeah, I had to deal with that. I think they were one of the first to go back into production during the pandemic and stuff like that. So they were just dealing with those kind of things. But yeah, on Friday it was already confirmed for season 4. So it shows how much faith Netflix have in this show and how much engagement it brings to the platform. I love it. I really do. Watched it over the weekend. Could not wait to watch it. And just fascinated by the ending. Not as good as season 2. It's probably the weakest of the seasons, but season 2 was so good. Season 1 was so good that this season being below those two, it's not anything bad to say about this season. It was still very good. Really enjoyed it. But I'm excited more for season 4 now because, no spoilers, but Joe seems to be more or less on his own for next season. It's more him, which I like. I don't like.
Yeah.
I like Love as a character and stuff, brilliant. But I liked her more in season 2. Just didn't like that Joe had to be kind of on her terms of all times. And a lot of the problems that happened in season 3 were her fault, not Joe.
Yeah.
Joe was very calculated. Watch season 1, season 2. He gets out of sticky situations. He covers up his murders very well. But Love is the one who was just a complete psycho, even worse than him. And so it was. Looking forward to season 4. It looks like we're going to be in a new location in season 4 as well. And there's a lot of characters who have ties to Joe that have yet to come back into the show. Season 1, there was a detective hired by. In season 1, there was a detective hired to investigate Joe, and he never believed the whole story and book from Beck that was released when she died and stuff like that. There's that character. Then in season 2, the young teenager that Christy Elias character was trying to do stuff with, she left, and Joe still sends her money, so she has to come back into it. And then there's another character who Joe has to leave behind. You know who I'm talking about. And it looks like there's a time jump already. So, and then also the pandemic is brought into it. So I think when we go into season 4, it'll be even more of a time jump. And Joe for season 4 is looking for somebody, but I don't think he's going to find him straight away. I think he'll end up finding another you and someone else to stalk and maybe unravel stuff. But actually, I was watching some breakdown videos, and there's the reference of Paris is throughout season 1 a lot, and season 2. So they've been eyeing this up for a while, and even that last line in this series, a lot of New Yorkers have come here. Did you notice that as well?
Right.
That was deliberately put in because the first season happened in New York. So I wonder which characters will appear in season 4. Because Joe is more or less on the run in a way,
Yep.
He can't be really seen that well and can't have anybody noticing him, because what happens in season 3 is actually it's usually newsworthy. It's going to be all over television.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the next season as well, and this just keeps getting interesting, and I'm glad that they didn't. I was almost gonna say a spoiler, but yeah, I'm glad the way that things are going forward. That's all I'll say.